What's going on, y'all? It's Chuck Nunface. Gonna be taking a quick look at this one right here. This is the Steve Ryan Rhino. Very distinctive knife. All of Steve's knives are really distinctive. Really aggressive styling, handmade, machine-assisted handmade, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I believe I'm correct in that. So he has a definite style. He's got a few different models out there. This one is called the Rhino. It is on loan from my friend Mason, aka Napalm Friday. He was kind enough to let me check this one out. He had posted on Instagram, and I was like, I've never handled one of those before. And he was like, hey, I'll send you this, or I'll send you a Steve Ryan if you want to check it out. And I was like, yeah, sure, if you want to do that, cool. So it's a really big folder. We'll take a quick look at it. We are looking at the blade from right here. We're going to be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4-inch blade, a little bit over 4 inches with about a 4-inch cutting edge. Yeah, pretty much a 4-inch cutting edge, even right there. It's going to have a pretty shallow, I'm going to go with a hollow grind on that. It could be a flat grind, but I think that's going to be a hollow grind. And I'm not 100% on the steel. Mason wasn't either, but we're pretty sure it's going to be 154 CM or CPM 154. It could be something else. But he's not known, at least, and listen, chime in the comments if you know more about this than I do. I'm not super familiar with his work, but I don't believe he does a whole lot of exotic super steels or anything like that. He is a custom knife maker, as I said. And so that's kind of like a lot of custom knife makers. They use 154 CM. A lot of them do. But I believe that's what it is. I will notate it in the description of the video if I'm wrong. It's got that cool frag milling pattern, nice bronze anodization with the blue on the body pivot or the body screw, and of course the pivot screw also. And looks like that back spacer is kind of a mix. That barrel spacer right there is a mix of blue and bronze. It just looks really cool. The clip, I believe it's going to be a titanium clip, thick spring titanium. I don't think that's milled. It could be milled, but it looks like it's bent. Real thick, and a nice milling in there right there. Overall, very cool and very aggressive. We're going to go ahead and take this one apart too. Mason was kind enough. He wasn't too sure. I asked him if I could take it apart, and he wasn't really 100% sure. And I was like, listen, I kind of think it needs to be cleaned a little bit. What do you think? And he's like, just don't mess it up. Don't mar it up or anything like that. So he was kind enough to agree to let me take it apart. So you're going to be able to take a look on the inside and see what's happening here, because I think there's some interesting stuff going on inside as well. It does run on bearings, and as you can see, you've got a little bit of exposed bearing right there. So I kind of want to get in there and clean it up and kind of see what's going on. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I have already tested this because it not being my knife, in an abundance of caution, I don't want to mess it up. And so I kind of tested it already for an excess of Loctite or anything like that. And it wasn't like that. So it very easily broke free. So I'm going to go ahead and just carefully line this up because, like I say, it's not mine. So I want to make sure we don't mess anything up. And this is a T15, by the way, and it is not a captured pivot. So as you can see, I am, and it's going to back out of that one right there. Like I said, it's not a captured pivot, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of be careful with it. Just lock it in on one side, and then lock it in on the other side here. Would love it if you subscribe to the channel. That'd be awesome. Definitely helps out if you're not subscribed. If you're new, definitely subscribe. And if you are a returning viewer, please go ahead and subscribe as well. That would certainly help things out a lot. Okay, we have roller bearings, and they're not captured. That's what's going on here. Okay. That changes things a little bit. I don't know if I really want to do that now. We're going to make it work. We're going to see what's what. Are they captured? I can't tell. They're definitely roller bearings, which is actually pretty cool. I did not realize they were roller bearings. That's pretty cool. All right, so there we go. Nice. All right, interesting. All right, these bearings are super interesting. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this could definitely stand to be cleaned. But, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I did not realize that these were roller bearings. That's pretty cool. Because I was kind of saying to myself, you know, I wonder if he's using cheap bearings in here because it kind of feels gritty, but I think it was just a little dirty. That's super cool. I did not realize they were roller bearings, and they are captured too. Relatively captured. I could probably pop those out if I wanted to. I don't want to. I thought for a second I was in an IKBS, Akuma Korth bearing system, kind of like, or Shirogorov type situation where I was going to have, bearings plopping and flopping all over the place, loose bearings, but that's not the case. All right, cool. Nice. All right. We're going to pause real quick because I forgot my rubbing alcohol. And we're back. All right, so we're going to clean this thing up. Honestly, it's pretty simple construction. I wasn't sure what I had going on. But that's pretty cool that it's roller bearings. I like that. Yeah, it's dirty. This knife is just dirty. Those big external stop pins right there. Go ahead and clean that up. Clean the pivot. Yeah, we'll take it out. Cool. Okay, so this is free also. Interesting. Okay. So it's like it's a barrel spacer that goes on top of that. And then those two pivot screws keep everything in there. Cool. All right. So we're just going to give this thing a good once over. Yeah, these bearing pockets are pretty dirty. So that's the thing right there. It does have really big milling. You know, this lock relief is really wide. And so that bearing pocket is really big too. And so you do get a little bit of it. They're exposed a little bit. As opposed to being fully nestled, because those are big. They're big bearings. I mean, when you look at the size of, do I have them? Well, I mean, that's the size of a Spyderco Enduro or Delica or Enduro washer. And that's the size of these roller bearings in this Rhino. Pretty huge difference. So we're going to clean off that lock face. Looks like it's carburized. Nice detent ball right there. We're going to clean that off. Don't know if it's ceramic or if it's metal. I'm not sure. All right, so I think we're going to spend some extra attention on these bearings. Now, it looks like they were lubed with some white lithium grease, probably some CRK grease. I'm going to use my trusty McMurdy's EDC oil. That's what I'm going to use on these. But yeah, that cleaned up nicely. And they do look a little different front and back. They're not the same. So this is going to be the back that's going to go face the scale. And this is going to be the side that faces the blade. That's interesting. I wasn't really expecting these big roller bearings in this. That's kind of cool. I dig it. Clean off this pivot. Yeah, we're going to have this thing running nice and smooth. This is a really cool knife. Now, like I say, I don't know a whole lot about Steve Ryan. I mean, his knives, it's a definite style and it's a definite vibe. Like, you may not be into his knives, like looking at them. If the pinnacle of design is Sabenza or something like that, that's as wild as you get, you know, this is not going to be for you. But if you're somebody who likes, you know, something a little bit more extreme, a little bit more wild in its design, then maybe these Steve Ryans are something that you would gravitate towards. He's definitely got some out there designs. He's got these crazy recurves and hawkbills and serrations and everything else. And Mason was telling me, he was like, yeah, I'll probably send you the Rhino. It's kind of like his most standard, quote unquote, design. I'll send you that one and let you check that one out. It's not too extreme. He has a few. Oh yeah, I gotta miss some of that dirt. He has a few of these Steve Ryans. My buddy Kevin has at least one too, or he used to have one. Monkey Edge sells Ryans pretty regularly. Yeah, but looks they probably have a pretty good relationship. Steve Ryan and Monkey Edge. Another thing to note too is this one thing that struck me for a knife this size with a 4-inch blade is it wasn't super heavy, and these titanium scales are pretty light. I mean, it's not deeply milled or anything like that, but it's nicely milled, coupled with the machining on the front. You got yourself not a super heavy knife. I was pretty surprised. So what I'm going to do now is I guess we'll put this. Oh yeah, that would be the lanyard hole. So we'll do this. And I'll start screwing this in just like that. So we'll do that, just finger tight. I guess we can put that on next. Well, I could probably wait on that. Then we'll put in this pivot. We'll put that in. And then, where's my move? All right, so we're gonna use some of the McMurdy's EDC oil. And just put a little bit right there on the post. And then we will drop in this big old bearing. And I'll put a little bit of lube on there. We don't need a ton. All right, cool. I don't want to miss anything. So I guess now I can probably put it down. That will probably make things easier. I can put on that guy. And then I'll put, am I doing this backwards? I might be doing this backwards. Maybe I want to do it this way. We'll do that, and we'll do that. I'll put this on. And now we'll put in that. All right, on those roller bearings, cool. Now we'll put in our blade. Back on there. Uh-oh, come on now. Right? That'll be okay, right? This is where sometimes you need to have 3 hands. Because I don't want to get cut. I mean, I guess I could just put it in the open position. That'll kind of solve what I'm trying to do. Now we'll put in that little back spacer, pseudo back spacer. Get that on there. Now we'll try to do this. See, the thing is, it's gonna go in the pocket. So why don't I just finger tighten that. Don't want to tighten it yet. Just get it down there. And also do this. So again, these are T15s. Okay, good. Did it just enough to catch it. All right. All right, so I'm super not tight enough. That's okay. So we're gonna cinch this one down more. Okay, it's not tight enough yet, but I just want to make sure that I've got it. Interesting knife. Okay, I got too tight. Do you enjoy these videos of me fumbling? Just checking to make sure I've got everything. It looks like everything's lined up the way it needs to be. Very cool. These are really interesting. Really, really interesting knives, I have to say. I'd be interested, very interested in trying out different models that this guy has. Steve Ryan. It's definitely a unique knife, very aggressive in the styling. Certainly not going to be for everybody, but you know, if you like knives like that, you know, slightly more aggressive knives. There it is with a Microtech stitch. What else do I have handy? I don't think I have anything handy right now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, just to kind of give you an idea of the size, there's a Microtech stitch right there. Here's a Leatherman Wave. Kind of get you an idea of the size of the knife. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely. Appreciate Mason, aka Napalm Friday, letting me check this one out for a few days and to take it apart as well. Glad I got a chance to kind of break this one down. I was surprised to see those big old roller bearings in there. I think that's interesting. I didn't know they were in there. I knew it was bearings, but I didn't know they were rollers. But I guess it all kind of makes sense. Gave it a little bit of a cleaning. Going to kind of play with it for a little while, maybe carry it tomorrow, something like that. And then yeah, take some pictures of it for the gram. Might tinker with it a little bit more in the action. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I think it's good. I just want to make sure it's nicely dialed, because when this goes back to the owner, I want to make sure he's happy. So yeah. Yeah, Mason, appreciate it, bro. Thanks for letting me check this one out. Y'all, subscribe to the channel if you could. Share this video out there. Let me know in the comments what you think of this or any of these knives. And stay tuned for the next one. Peace.